Hey, everybody, this is Mike Hendricks from the Ohio Golf Course Owners Association, and we have Tyler Arnold with us today from Eagle Club Systems. He's one of our supporting sponsors, and I should note also one of our premier annual sponsors outside of our conference. But for our conference, you're one of our supporting sponsors, Tyler. And so we wanted to say hello to you on video here and help you guys kind of share the news about Eagle Club Systems. So thank you so much for your support.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
Of course, of course. So for people that don't know, I know you actually have a lot of golf course clients and even indoor golf clients in Ohio. But for people that aren't familiar with Eagle Club Systems, give us your 2-minute elevator pitch, whatever you call it. Who is Eagle Club Systems? What do you guys do?
Yeah, so we're a golf management software. It's really built to make life easier for operators. We focus on doing the basics extremely well, tee sheet, point of sale, billing, online booking, payments, that sort of thing, kind of all in one simple system that staff can really pick up quickly. I know a lot of people are like, well, is it, can my older guys use it? Because the young guys can move around quickly. And, the answer is yes. One thing that does make us a little different is we work really well with across all types of facilities. So daily fee, private, semi-private, restaurants, even indoor golf, like you mentioned, all because we're really flexible. It's reliable, keeps everything all under one roof. Operators don't really want 6 different systems. They want one that works. So honestly, that's why we've grown so quickly in Ohio. Because the owners and pros here know that what they need. They're very straightforward. They appreciate the partners who listen. So that's how we operate. We're not really trying to be flashy. We're trying to be extremely good at helping golf facilities run smoothly.
You mentioned Ohio, and I don't know this, but I would think it's one of your stronger states. I guess part of that would be because you do have a representative in Ohio. Brian Moore, I know, works for you guys in Ohio. I'm sure that helps as well.
Absolutely, yeah. So he's been a huge asset of ours for a few years now, really. He's based there just outside of Columbus and has really helped us, capture a lot of the Ohio market.
Yeah, it's always nice when we talk to operators and we work with so many of them, they like having someone that they can talk to. They like having someone's cell number, and they like the person to stop by once or twice a year and say hello. There's some level of accountability there. So I think the fact that you've got someone in Ohio is certainly a real asset for you guys.
Yeah, I appreciate that. We're actually doing that these next few months during the off season here, just kind of touching base with a lot of our current partners, just to make sure that, they're ready to go for next season, because that's going to be here before we know it. Answer any questions, anything that, maybe update them on new things as well. So yeah, it's great to have somebody there locally.
Great. Well, hopefully you'll have some new things to share at the conference. Of course, for people that don't know, the conference is at Westbrook Country Club in Mansfield, Ohio. It's on Tuesday, March 3rd. Just as people are kind of getting ready to play golf. Who knows what the weather will be in Ohio on March 3rd, but it's really close to the start of the season. And so we're looking forward to having a lot of operators there that are excited to get the season started. I'm curious, Tyler, why sponsor the conference? You're already a premier sponsor, which is, for people that don't know, that's the biggest sponsorship we have with our association. But why sponsor the conference in addition?
Well, kind of how we touched on, Ohio's become one of our strongest states, entirely because of the relationships that we have built there. The operators have been great to us. Sponsoring the conference, just like, a natural way to give back and to support the community that supported us. In our company, we really believe in what the OGCOA is doing. Bring people together, push for education, create a place where owners and operators can just talk openly about what's working, what's not. It lines up perfectly with how we run our company. So we're all about partnership, transparency, and you guys at the OGCOA, foster that environment. So for us, sponsoring the conference isn't just putting our logo on something. It's being a part of, the Ohio Golf family and investing in it for the future of it.
Well, that's great. I do appreciate that. What goals? What kind of goals you have for the conference? I'm assuming you want to meet new people, but what are you thinking in terms of? I would guess you and Brian will both be there. What kind of goals would you have for actually being on site there?
My main goal at the conference is just to kind of connect with people and listen. The beauty, and I tell people that the best part and the worst part about this business is every golf course is different, right? So meaning, you get to learn a lot. You also have a lot of challenges because you kind of have to tweak your system to be unique and very flexible, which is, the hardest part of that is kind of juggling everything at once. Now we understand there's not a unicorn software, not one system that does everything for every single golf course, because there would only be one of us that exists, right? So every course is different. I get more out of like a 20-minute conversation with an operator than I ever get from like a survey or report, so that's where the real ideas come from.
That makes a lot of sense. You talk about the versatility of Eagle Club systems. One owner comes to mind, Dalton Dodd. He's got Jasper, which is a public golf course, and then he's got Sugar Valley, which is a private golf course, and then he even does have a indoor golf component to his business as well. And I know he uses Eagle across the board, and so that does kind of speak to how versatile you guys are. And then I'm just thinking too, we have one of our board members has 3 golf courses, and he's with Eagle across the board. So it does seem like you guys are nimble and able to serve, multi-course operators, single operators with different types of golf courses within their portfolio.
Yeah, we strive to meet everybody's needs. Like kind of how I just mentioned, it's tough. It's challenging, but it's a good challenge. I like to be challenged, like to have something new every day come up that, maybe we didn't think about, suggestions, because after all, we try to build our system based around what we hear from golf courses, from owners and operators, not just, hey, let's get our employees together and what do you think we should do? We like to have feedback from them. So it's awesome.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I'm looking forward to seeing you. Maybe I'll see you at the PGA show beforehand. But this will obviously be really the last show, I think, in the Midwest that will be available for people to attend before they kind of enter the 8-month grind, so to speak, and they're really in it from an operator perspective. And we're looking forward to having people, from Ohio, but also from Pennsylvania and Michigan and New York and Indiana, Kentucky. We're going to invite everyone in that area to come to the show. We've got so many vendors and so many good topics already teed up for these presentations we're doing, panel discussions, keynote presentations. I just want to make sure we make it available to as many people as we can.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I think every state you just mentioned, we have, at least one, if not multiple golf courses in those states. So, we're not just in Ohio, obviously nationwide, even have one up in Canada and Saskatchewan. So
good for you. Good for you. Well, one of our speakers is from Canada. James Cronk is going to be a speaker at the conference. So maybe you guys can connect, and you'll have to invite all of your customers from those other states to come and meet you guys at the conference.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be a great idea.
Yeah. Okay. Well, looking forward to seeing you there. Again, thank you so much for your support. Let me ask you one last question. One of the things we're doing is we're helping sponsors get seated at certain tables for lunch. Hey, I'd love to talk to this individual. I've never talked to him before, something like that. Who would you most like to have lunch with at the conference?
Good question. So I don't know if there's a specific person, individual, company, etc. But I think honestly, anybody who wants to talk about their business. I love to hear what's working, what's challenging, where they feel, our software or really just technology in general could make things easier. Whether you run a daily fee, private, restaurant, indoor, whatever, those conversations help us build our software better. So I think if I can walk away with something from the conference as far as, the best take I could get out of it would be a better understanding of what operators are looking for, what they're dealing with, and then ultimately new friendships. That's a win for me.
Awesome. Well, great. So again, thank you for the support, and we look forward to talking to you soon, Tyler. Thank you.
Absolutely, Mike. I appreciate it. Thank you.